we all here? We ready? Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order, please. Wendy, if you would, no, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance, Jeff, if you'd lead us in that first.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I don't have listed on here the adoption of the agenda, but we'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as presented on board docs. It's a one-item agenda. Item 2.1, board selection of superintendent appointee.
So moved.
And second?
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the agenda as presented. Is there any questions or discussion? Wendy, if you'd call the roll, please.
Paul Manx.
Aye.
Pam Howard.
Aye.
Lori Visda-Ward.
Aye.
Barbara Cruz.
Aye.
Dave Levy.
Aye.
Mark Setter.
Aye.
Jeff Swanty.
Aye.
Great, thank you. So just to recap, last night the board had further discussion and reviewing the 4 finalist candidates for superintendent. Tonight is the soonest night by virtue of Colorado law that we could actually appoint a superintendent candidate to the position. And I believe we've explained this at the board level, but I'm just going to go over it again to remind us what we're doing. We will be, or we can be, appointing a finalist or a superintendent finalist tonight, pending successful contract negotiation and pending successful background check. So those two things have to be successfully completed before and of course, pending the person's acceptance of our appointment. Those things have to be completed before we technically have a new employee. So that's where we are, and I think based on our discussion last night, I think we might be ready to entertain a motion, and we can kind of further discuss from there. So.
Well, I move we offer Dr. Mark Schaefer the position of Thompson School District Superintendent. I second it.
So we have a motion and a second to appoint Dr. Mark Schaefer pending the background check and the successful contract negotiation. Is there any discussion? Pam, well, I'll let Pam speak first because she made the motion. You can speak to your motion, and then we can go to Jeff.
Very good at Robert rules.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You know, I think just to kind of recap last night, since some folks might not have heard the discussion last night, Dr. Schaefer really, I feel, is the key candidate that is able to continue moving Thompson School District forward in the right direction. We've made lots of positive strides in the last couple of years, and I feel that Dr. Schaefer's vision and goals, work experience, his commitment and passion for students and staff and community are the best fit for our school district.
Thanks. Jeff?
I have more of a question, I guess. One of my concerns, and regardless of who might be elected, is whether we're going to have a requirement that they live within the district and within what time period, or will that be part of the negotiations?
Good question.
I think we indicated that, Dr. Siebers, do you recall? I think we indicated that would be an item that we wanted, especially living in the district. I think the time frame was a little bit flexible on there. Is that correct, when we had that one meeting?
Correct.
So did you all understand that that's what we were requesting or requiring as well?
Do we have a time limit? Is that something that we can discuss in another?
Just talking to the candidates, and when we did a prelim, contract to see the commitment for coming to Thompson School District, there's a range of 6 to 12 months for the candidates.
So we can certainly tighten that down in the negotiations too. I mean, we can, so that's entirely up to us as we negotiate.
But it is a requirement then.
Correct.
That was the direction the board gave that
So
one,
the
at that
negotiation
one
be
meeting.
just a question of how long?
Correct. It'd be
Okay.
time frame,
Yep.
less than 12 months.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
So I have to at least bring it up. So and one of the other candidates in Mr. Snowberger, there were some concerns brought up yesterday. And at the time, I thought perhaps we didn't have quite as much information about it, and there's a little speculation going on. So we didn't seek anything out, but we got a few emails today and some additional reference letters that I think came from primary sources that directly spoke to some of those concerns. So I just wanted, did those impact us in any way and that worthy of having a conversation with him that alleviated those concerns, or it didn't have an impact and we don't need to discuss it?
Anybody want to comment on those? So I'm not hearing any desire to have any further discussion about that particular candidate. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any further discussion on the motion on the floor? Going once? All right. I'm going to have Wendy go ahead and call the roll then.
Paul Banks,
Aye.
Pam Howard,
Aye.
Lori Vistor Ward,
Aye.
Barbara Cruz,
Aye.
Dave Levy,
Aye.
Mark Setter,
Aye.
Jeff Swanty.
Aye.
And there you have it. I am very pleased to announce that we had a unanimous vote there. Good job. So further, the next step will be to have Dr. Siebers contact McPherson and Jacobson and the candidate. He's going to have some words for me here.
Also, the highlight is you need to talk about Dick Bump taking over the negotiations part.
Yeah. So Dick Bump, the, school district attorney, counsel for the school district, will enter into the negotiations with the candidate as far as the guidelines we've given on the, sort of the worksheets that we worked out, as far as salary, benefits, whatever else was in there, some other requirements that go in the contract. And there'll be a back and forth between him and the candidate. And then, is my understanding correct that I'll be sort of the go-between between Dick if we need to take it back to the board?
Correct. I'll start as the point of contact, contacting legal, passing on this information of the events tonight. And then from there, Dick will move forward with contact with the employee.
Dave?
Well, we had discussed before the gesture, which I think is very nice, of the board president calling Mark and saying, "We voted 7-0, and you'll be hearing from it." I think that would be the right thing to do.
I can do that.
Right? Yeah, sure, absolutely. We welcome him with open arms.
We can put him on speakerphone right now. No, just that's.
I don't think that's how we want to
That's-
start. Right. No, I don't think we want to start
For
that
the
way.
record, Wendy pointed out that was a joke.
Dr. Siebers, is there any other next steps that we're going to need to take before we hear back from, so the ball is sort of in legal's court right now?
Correct.
To start on the
Yep.
contract negotiation. And then he'll keep us apprised, and when we're ready to come back to the board to approve that contract. That'll either be a special meeting unless we get it ready for the 18th.
I'll talk about next steps with
Okay.
legal.
Timing. Okay. Any other questions? That was the only item on the agenda, and so I will go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you all.